All right. Well, it's showing you are live, so we must be live, and we're on. Actually, how many platforms? We're actually on my Facebook business page. We're going to be on LinkedIn. We should be live on LinkedIn, and we should also be live on YouTube. So hopefully, people are going to start seeing this soon. We can give it a couple of minutes, and then start into this and see if we get anybody looking at it. So how's your day going? Huh?
Right? Perfect. I'm just trying to put out the fires, so to speak.
Well, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. So
at least I have fires to put out.
Well, that's our job. All right. Well, I think we got one person here. I can start up here. Let's get it going. I want to thank everybody who is joining us right now. We're doing a Facebook Live. As you can see, it's a little Q&A going back and forth with Andre Lenartowski from Acclaim Mortgage. We are going to be we want to kind of talk about how we're handling our business now with social distancing taking place. So I'm going to start out with a little intro here. I want to thank everybody. Did you know it's Earth Day? So everybody, happy Earth Day out there. And I also want to thank all of our first responders, our essential workers, anybody in the medical field, doctors, nurses, nurses aides, CNAs, and technicians, everybody out there. So thank you very much. We couldn't do this without you, and with you, we applaud all of you. So I just wanted to hope everybody is staying safe and they're staying healthy out there. I was wondering how everybody is surviving our stay-at-home ban. If you can, put it in the comments below, just letting us know how you're handling it right now. I know for me, every day seems like the same day. So I am starting to lose track of what day it actually is out there. But I think today is Wednesday? Am I right? I hope so.
Groundhog Day.
What was that? It's Yeah, that's what it feels like. Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day.
Right.
I know. So the reason for me doing this Facebook Live is I want to let you know we are an essential business. Both Andre and I'm a realtor. I help people with the home buying process, and I am still helping people sell their homes. I haven't shut down. So I am here for you to answer any questions that you have. Andre is a loan officer. He is working with buyers day in, day out. He is working with buyers, and he is working on getting their mortgages in place and things like that. So we are here to assist you. But we know that we have to take our clients' safety and healthy and well-being in place. And what we're here and what we want to do today is to try to let you know how we're doing it. So I have Andre Lenartowski from Acclaim Mortgage. If you would be so kind as to introduce yourself, but this time I want to give a little bit of a background, name of your company, the years that you've been in business, and also how can people contact you?
Sure. Hi again. My name is Andre with Acclaim Mortgage. As you can see by the banner below. Real quick, my background is that I've been in the mortgage lending industry for about 30 years now, and I opened this company in 2001. So that's how long Acclaim Mortgage has been around. We do the conventional financing, FHA financing, VA financing, and also non-QM loans, which are different type of products that don't fit into the standard type of documented loans. So that being said, you can always reach me at area code 630-400-3413. And you can also reach me on my webpage, which is www.greatchicagoloans.com.
Great. Well, thanks for doing that. I don't know if you remember the last time we did this. We were actually doing a Facebook Live about a month ago. This is when all of the social distancing kind of came into play. And you and I were sitting in an office at my office, and we were 6 feet apart, but we were doing this live stream. So I decided we need to do a better job practicing the social distancing. And we are now on a platform. I am in my dining room right now, and you are in your office at home, correct?
Right, that's correct. That's
Well,
right.
that's so we are doing social distancing. I also
Absolutely.
would like, Andre, if you wouldn't mind, can you give us an idea of what's going on with the interest rates right now? And also if there are any new programs or guidelines that have changed, like credit scores or anything like that. Can you give us a little bit on that?
Sure, there is. Interest rates are still relatively low. They had peaked up for a while. They're not down to their lowest levels where they were at the beginning of March. Even after the federal rate cut, it's still a little bit higher than what it was prior to. But they are on their way down. So basically, it's just because of the situation we're in, with the risk and the unknown. So the investors are kind of pulled back. So that's what's keeping rates up a little bit higher than what they should be. And again, the lower rates are out there at the 2.75 and so forth. But when a consumer calls in or, queries about that, they need to understand that there's costs associated with those low rates and so forth. And then there's other rates that are a little bit higher that don't have those costs. So you got to be careful of that. Also, our industry almost changes, it seems like, on a daily basis. For example, I'll give you one, FHA financing, okay?
Yeah.
Always took scores down to 580.
Right.
And this changed with lender to lender, not industry wide. So basically, some lenders have increased their criteria of what they want regarding credit scores. So a lot of lenders have gone up to 640 minimum, some have gone to 660, and others have gone to 680.
And that's a minimum? You say that is a minimum credit score. Okay.
Now, right. Being a broker, I have many different lenders, so I have one lender, though, that still allows to go down to 600.
Okay.
So that's good. So we're going to leave those folks out of the purchasing, market, because the higher that score criteria increases, it's going to knock people out. So at least we have that. Things are getting really, we're pulling back on who they're qualifying. So underwriting is getting tighter.
Okay. Are they asking for more documentation?
They're asking for more documentation. In some cases, if you're doing investment properties, they're asking for more reserves. They're looking for where if you're, moving out of your current property and you're going to turn it into a rental and buy another property, they're adding reserves onto that. So it's just, it's layering of risk is what it is. And they're just, trying to cover themselves, basically.
All right.
Yeah.
So there have been some changes as far as the structure of our mortgages. Now, FHA still, you said that's gone up to 600 on the credit score?
It's going up to, a lot of lenders have gone to 640, 660 as an average. And there are some lower and some higher than that.
Okay. All right. So as we know, all of us have been staying at home and we've all been adjusting with the social distancing. I wanted to kind of explain, since we are still doing our job, but we're taking social distancing into account when we work with our clients. I'm going to talk about how we're working with sellers right now with social distancing. What we're doing and what I've been doing is I've been using social platforms such as, like FaceTime, Duo. We've also used Zoom. What I generally do, usually I would go to a person's house and I would take a look at the inside of the home personally, being there. But I can't do that. So what we've been doing is I've been having my client do a Zoom meeting, kind of tour me through the house, show me the highlights of the home and everything about the house. I take my notes. And then what I'm doing is I work on my pricing strategy, and also my marketing strategy. So the next time I meet with them, we are actually sitting, I will be doing a Zoom meeting with them, or whatever platform actually is comfortable for them to maneuver. So that's what we've been doing as far as trying to at least setting up that appointment with the seller and taking a look at the house. We're doing all of our documents by eSign or DocuSign. That's the software that we use to get our signatures on our listing paperwork and also on our sales contracts. We work with our sellers too, alongside it. We have to work hand in hand together on planning on how we're going to be doing the showings on their house. Now, a lot of you're not the influx of homes out there. Most of the homes, it's easier if it's a vacant home. We still have to take into account the way we show the house. But if it's an occupied home, I have some listings out there that are with occupied owners. So we sit down and we talk through how we are going to plan on doing the showings. And generally, what we'd like to do is utilize virtual showings through Zoom, Facebook Live, and Instagram Live. Those are a couple of the platforms that we will try to do a virtual showing on. Plus, the fact too is that they're not allowing us to do any open houses. I mean, public open houses where we would put the signs up back in the old days. You hate to say that, but it's true. Where we have our signs up, people coming off the signs. Unfortunately, what we're doing now is we're relying on our social media platforms, such as Facebook Live, such as Instagram. Even we can pop into LinkedIn. We have to do that so we can expose our sellers' houses to a number of people. What's nice about the virtual showings is that people can actually qualify the house that they're looking at before having to actually go and take a look. And that's good for the seller too, because they know that that buyer is a serious person that really, if they see what they like on camera, and they want to see it in person, then they've got to be serious about wanting to take a look at my house. So we've been taking all of these things into account. Now, Andre, on your end, you're doing a lot, you're doing the loan process, and I mean social distancing. How does that play with you doing your applications and things like that?
Pretty much the same way. Clients of mine what they can do is they can go to my webpage and link up to my secure site where they can apply online. Mm-hmm. And we could, have a phone conversation, a Zoom conversation, and do the application that way. Kind of been doing that for a while now already, so that's already in place.
Okay.
And it makes it nice, and it's convenient. Set aside this issue that we're in, but it's convenient for clients. So this way, they don't come home from work and they have to go out at 7:00 at night or whatever. So this is a nice platform where they can apply online. It's been around for a while, and again with the Zoom and so forth, we could talk face to face and so forth. So everything is secure on the site. They can upload their documents on the site. Now today with smartphones, take a picture of your pay stubs, your W-2s, your bank statements. Quick upload, it's done. So it's become paperless. So it's easy.
Well, so I see that is a much easier way about going about it without having to actually be face to face with somebody. And if they have to talk to you, they can always get on the phone. So that is good. That is good. We have with buyers. Now I just want to kind of go over with buyers. Oh no, you were going to show me. Were you going to show us the
We talked about some changes, additional changes in the industry. Right. Okay, so not only do we have changes in the mortgage rates and market and so forth, and then the way we start a file and process it through the website and so forth. With the social distancing, we have to have appraisers, home inspectors go into properties, right?
Right.
So what FHA and conventional lending has allowed is we refer to them as desktop appraisals or drive-by appraisals. Okay.
Yeah.
So what an appraiser will do is not actually go into the property and do an assessment on the property. Well, how can an appraiser really get a good feeling of a property with not going inside,
Right.
seeing any upgrades or whatnot, right?
Yeah, right.
So they're just reliant upon the information that's put into the MLS system and so forth to determine value. But one of my appraisal management companies, and I'm going to share the screen with you.
All right.
Let's try this here.
It should work.
Let's hope so. Let's try it.
All right, I'm gonna okay it. All right, add it to. So all right, so we've got your computer screen up here, and okay, so here it is. So
There
what
we
is
go.
this? It says class
It
valuation.
is Class Valuation is an appraisal management company. Okay, and what this is since we're not allowed to reach out to a specific appraiser, these were formed back after the fall, so to speak, in 2008 when our real estate kind of imploded. So to kind of get to control the massive fraud that was going on in the system, they created these appraisal management companies. So it's like a blind order on our appraisal. Well, this company here, Class Valuation, which does a lot of business with a lot of my different lenders, they just came out with this app today, which, this is of my email. And what it will do, it will allow the homeowner to converse with the appraiser direct without the appraiser coming in.
Oh, wow.
And the homeowner can go ahead and upload pics in this app that will be transferred to the appraiser. So this way, we can get an accurate value. So it's pretty easy by what I see of it thus far.
Yes.
I have to learn more about it, but again, as the situation, it creates alternatives, and this is another alternative that has been created to suffice the needs that are nowadays with not spreading any viruses, etc. So, nice little tool. It's probably going to stick around.
Oh, I bet. I mean, so that'll allow the appraiser not to go into anybody's house, and they basically will converse through the app by uploading pictures of everything that they've done and giving a description of the house. Is that pretty much?
Exactly.
Wow.
Pretty much that.
And that just came out today. So that is I think that's pretty impressive. I mean, and that definitely keeps the social distancing in place too. So, wow. Well, thanks for sharing that. That is good stuff. Good stuff.
No problem. I'm going to take that off.
Okay. All right. Oh, and I'm going to put our screen back to the way it was. There we go. All right. So is there anything else that you want to add, or is that pretty much a lot? I mean, that's pretty big what you just showed that.
With the social distancing closings, okay.
Well, we're going to get to that. We were going to get to that. We're not there yet. But what I do want to, what I want to kind of look now is at what we're doing with regards to showings and things like that. So with a buyer, what we've been doing is we've been utilizing our virtual showings by Zoom, Facebook Live, or Instagram. And what's good about that is that it's more or less the first thing we want our buyers to do, of course, get their pre-approval. We want them to get in touch with Andre and start the pre-approval process with their loan. Because first off, a seller is not going to want somebody in their house who hasn't been pre-approved, especially with everything that's going on in our environment right now. So be sure to give him a call. As you can see, his number is scrolling across the screen at the bottom. So that's one of the things. The other thing is that, sellers don't mind people coming through your house, but it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. If a seller's okay with a physical showing of a home, we'll talk this through with each individual seller. But a lot of people are starting with virtual showings. We're setting up virtual showings where a buyer, through a Zoom meeting, either the seller could be at home and conduct the tour with me and the other realtor and the buyer on there and kind of describe everything. I've been at the house, and I did the virtual showing to show the buyer's agent and the buyer of the house. So it's all configured on how what's the comfort level of that seller. Because too, by doing the virtual showing, we're allowing the buyer to qualify if that's even the house that they're interested in, and if they actually want to make that live showing. So, and two,
Right.
it's not that we aren't doing live showings, but what we've seen is that, or what's been told to us, like there's no public open houses. Well, there's a maximum of 4 people that can come to the showing. So that would be including your agent. So you've got your agent and then your primary buyers. That's already, it could be 2 to 3 people already. So that's what's been allowing the number of people that come in the home. Plus also, if you have them, because I know, finding hand sanitizer, gloves and things like that is hard to come by. But if you're lucky, you could, usually the listing agent might have a couple of gloves in the home. If not, we always advise, we want to know that the agent who's showing the house is wearing some sort of rubber gloves or something like that. We say too, is for my sellers, we always ask that the agent be the one to be the guide through the showing. We ask that the buyers please keep their hands to themselves. They don't need to be touching light switches or doorknobs. We ask that the agent do the guided tour. That way, it's less people touching things. And especially if you have wipes, then the agent can go through and wipe everything down to sanitize it. Those are a couple of things. We also mentioned if you have a mask to wear it. I mean, I know not everybody does, but we do ask that. If you're going to sneeze or cough, please sneeze or cough in your sleeve, instead of letting it go all over the place. I mean, that's kind of, that's the norm. But we just want everybody to follow the CDC guidelines out there, especially with a buyer. So, my dog. So, with a buyer, we just want to make sure that everybody abides by those guidelines. Andre, have you, with closings, because I'm sure closings have changed a lot since all of this has taken place. I know. So what have you noticed? I mean, I know the last couple of closings that I had, I was not allowed to go to the closings. The agents weren't allowed. What more can you say about that?
And that's true. And that's the really sad part about it, because I enjoy going to my closings just to sit there and, watch the clients, they sign and they get the keys. That's exciting, and so forth. So I miss that. But needless to say, it has changed. So what some title companies are doing, so what you have to know? But anyway, so what some titles are doing is that they are only allowing essential individuals of the contract, meaning the attorney, the buyer's attorney, and the buyers themselves. Okay. So that's all that's being allowed in there. There's also other title companies doing what they're calling it's curbside. So they don't even let them into the building. So what they'll do is they'll send out a title closer to the person's car and actually have them sign a document, a general attestation document. And then I guess with the buyer's attorney, whether they're in the same vehicle or if they're looking at the documents via their smartphone or whatever, they're going over each document, and then the title officer will make each doc thereafter. So, yeah, it differs from title company to title company.
Well, that's and this is the way it's going to be, and it's a sad thing to say, but this is going to be our new norm, and we are going to have to try to get in place. Try to get used to all of this. But I don't think there are any. I haven't seen any questions pop up. But if let's say there are any questions that you have, feel free to get a hold of Andre or myself. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Do you have anything in addition to say, Andre? Anything extra?
Just keep the faith. We'll all get through this. Stick with your social distancing, and hopefully we can get over this curve and get back to work. So just hang in there.
Exactly. So what I'm going to ask, as long as there's no questions, if you do have any questions for either one of us, our information is scrolling across the screen. Or Andre, just if you would mention one more time what your contact information is, just so people can have it.
Sure. My contact information. You can reach me anytime, 7 days a week at 630-400-3413, or you can email me at Andre, ANDRE, at acclaim.loans.
And then if you need to get a hold of me, you can always get in touch with me by myself. You can call, you can text. It's 847-630-2121. You can also email me at Holmes, that's HOMESBYBLOCK@gmail.com. And then my website is dawnblackhomes.com. So feel free to get in touch with me there. Again, we're here to be kind of your information people. If you have any questions, please let us know. We'll get you through this on our end. We just all have to work together at this. And again, thanks again to all the medical people out there who are in the front lines dealing with this. I mean, we're there, but they are there working twice as hard to make this all come together in keeping everybody healthy and safe. So we want to do our part. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a hold. I think that's about it. I want to thank everybody who popped on. And Andre, we are done.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye-bye.